Hi guys, welcome back. I am going to do something special today. I don't know if it's really special, I just wanted to do this. I am going to try to clean out my book room because my book nook. My book nook is disgusting. It is filled with way too much stuff. And I have, because I have problems, like 30 odd books coming from Book Outlet. So my ultimate goal is to get rid of at least 40 books and put this back in some sort of order. It's not going to be in a great order because I have a guest room that I want to redo hopefully this summer, that will take some of the extra stuff. Like I have a whole section of my bookshelves that's just crafting books, and I want to sort of turn that guest room, sorry, Hemi's looming, turn that guest room into something that, as like into a craft room. That's what I'm trying to say. I want to turn the guest room into a craft room. I want to put a Murphy bed in there so there's space. I'm going to actually move all 3 of these bookshelves into there, and I want to get Billy bookcases, and it's going to be a similar setup where I have 2 tall ones and then I'm going to have 3 short ones sort of in the middle here, so I can use more of this expansive wall, and I think I can get more books in that way. I don't like these. I like these shelves for, I originally bought them for a craft room, and I liked them years ago when I bought them for when I had a craft room, because they're great, because they're really deep and they're really good for like all of my yarn and like the big books and all of that. But for just regular reading books, they're too deep. It irritates me. If I was using them for a room divider, I don't think it would bother me so much, but I'm not. I'm using them for reals, and it irritates me. So that's the ultimate plan. So this is still going to be like a work in progress, but it's going to be a tidied up work in progress. So I found myself a bin. I had some coffee. I have a jug of water. I'm going to listen to the Splendid in the Vial. I'm 285 pages into the Splendid in the Vial, and it's fantastic. Winston Churchill is such a character, which I knew, but like the writing, Eric Larson's writing, this is my first time ever reading him, is so good, and it's so engaging. It's almost like reading a fictional story, and just the shit that Winston Churchill says sometimes, it's hilarious. Anyway, like he basically says something like, "I've done more to alcohol than alcohol's ever done to me." And you're like, who is this guy? He led a major world power. He helped win a war. Like, he destroyed the Nazis. Like, anyway, I just find him amazing. So that's what we're doing today. Please pardon my appearance. I did attempt to put something on my face so that I'm not just like totally like tired and horrific looking, but outside of that, I don't really care because I'm going to be like crawling around on the floor, and I'm also just very tired. Just don't care. So this is the best you're going to get. And I'm going to try to remove this dog because my dog just needs attention because he hasn't seen me in like 48 hours. So he hasn't gotten any mama time. No mama time, right? Spent all of his time with my boyfriend and no time with me, and he's just like, it's time for me to have a mama again. Anyway, let's get to this. I'm going to change my angles. I'm going to clear out some of the chairs, and we're gonna go through some books. Oh, and at the end, I guess I'll try to show you guys all the books at the end, and my plan with all the books is that I'm going to donate them to the library book barn, unless, because it's going to take me a while to do that because the library's closed. I don't really want to leave them like in the drop box because I don't know if anybody's emptying them. I wouldn't want them to get damaged because then it's like, it's not very nice. And anyway, so I'll show you what I have, and I guess if there's a book that you want and you're like in the US, let me know, and you're willing to share your address with me. Let me know. Hemi, don't knock stuff over. He's like a cat, I swear to God. He just finds things and knocks them over. Anyway, so what was I saying? So if you want any of the books, I'll show you them all at the end, what I'm getting rid of. Let me know down below, or DM me on Instagram and let me know. And as long as nobody else is taking it, and as long as you are willing to share your address and you're in the US and you don't mind Venmoing me, like, let's just say like $3 for media mail, because I think that pretty much covers most media mail, just so I'm not totally out of a lot of money in case there's like a lot of you guys that want stuff. So that's generally the rules of the game. Oh, and now Hemi's gonna run around in the bedroom. All right, let's get to this. Let's just do it. Yeah, that's it. of you are actually old enough to know who this is, but does anybody know who Stuart Smalley is? This is like old-timey SNL, and it's like every day there's like a Stuart Smalley quote. And oh, if you know what this is staying in my collection. This is golden. All right, back to cleaning. These are all the books that I'm getting rid of. Now, I don't know how to get through all of these with you. I'm a little mad because I've lost some footage. There was footage of me just going through all these shelves, and it seems to like most of it be gone, so I don't know if like my memory card's full. I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna figure it out together, my friends. So, I don't know if you can see me, but my battery died. I think that's why I don't have all the footage I wanted of me actually cleaning off the shelves. But since I have so many books, I think we're just gonna go through them as I put them in this box. Excuse the filth of the box, but it was in my garage. It just needs to be a container. That's all I need. So anyway, so I have the Emperor's Children, which I'm never gonna read. Some of these I'm getting rid of because I don't like them. Some of them I'm getting rid of because I'm just never gonna read them again. So not all of these are a judgment on the book. Recursion, because I'm never gonna read this again. I don't know the best way to put them in. Shadows Between Us, because let's be honest, I did not like this book. And this one's signed. And I think I've got some extra goodies in here too. There's like postcards and stuff from the launch. They gave away stuff, and it is signed with a book plate. So there are nice things in that. Wicked and Son of a Witch, because I'm never gonna read these again. I don't know what Leeway Cottage is. The Double Blind, don't know what that is. There's a lot of stuff on my bookshelves. I was like, what are you? This is the Far Billions. This is like some classic, massive, epic tale thing. It's not fantasy. Set in like British India, colonial India. I think there's rape in it. Like I'm not reading it. I read this a long time ago. This is the Leonardo da Vinci Flights of the Mind that came out years ago. That was like a big time book. I'm never gonna read this again, but it is really cool, so I'm just gonna put it in there so if anybody wants it. I have a bunch of Anne Perry books, which I used to read these were mysteries. I don't read them anymore because I watched something on I went through a binge of Women Who Kill, and apparently Anne Perry and her girlfriend when they were children murdered either her mom or her friend's mom with a rock and bludgeoned her to death in the woods. So I can't read this lady anymore. That weirded me out too much. I have just a ton of books on India, ancient ancient India, right today India, Hinduism, some Buddhism stuff in here too. I definitely was a subject that I very much enjoyed. A lot of these are like post-college finds. Here's like Ancient India, Daily Life in Ancient India, that I got at the Strand post-college because I very much enjoyed that. It was like my fun studying. Ideas, A History of Thought, Invention, and From Fire to Freud. I don't know what this is, but I'm not keeping it. Alright. I went through a hippy-dippy phase too, so here's Women's Wisdom. These are really good. The Tasha Alexander. Tasha Alexander is Lady. Sorry, there's two of them. I read at the same time, and I get them wrong. This is Lady Emily. There's also another woman, but they're really good. I've got I think 3 of those. I think there's another one somewhere. History of the Oracle of Delphi, if anybody cares. I have a bunch of these and I never read them. The Courtesan, the Dark Queen, the Silver Rose, these Susan Carroll books that came out years ago that everybody really liked. I don't know why, I just never got into them. Oh, here's my other Tasha Alexander. I'm just not into them. Eat, Pray, Love, because let's be honest, I'm never going to read that again. It was fine. Oh, more Anne Perry's, more Murder Lady. This is a book that was written by a friend of a friend of a friend, like, so I read it. It was cute. More Anne Perry's. I got a bunch of those. Invoking Lakshmi. Lakshmi's actually pretty cool. More for my hippy dippy phase. Entangled Minds. This is kind of like quantum theory stuff, but like mixed with, I don't know, juju. I wanted to make sure this was actually filming, and also I want water. This is actually a great video because I don't need to show you my face for most of it. It's good because my face is like exhausted. The Four Feathers, it's like an ancient book. I think I probably found that at a thrift store. The Power of Receiving, which an old boss gave me because she was like a ninja master or something like that, and she was always giving me stuff like that. Now, there's a whole section of books like I have no idea what they are, like why I bought them. What is the Scroll of Seduction? I don't know. If you want to see any of these in more detail, again, DM me on Instagram. I can take pictures of the back. This is a Salman Rushdie book, which I've never read Salman Rushdie, so maybe I should keep this. I don't know. Enchantress of Florence. That's the other thing. Like, if there's something like I really should keep and you're like, no, girl, you gotta read it, just tell me. This is this Ian Pierce guy, which I have this other book by him, which somebody told me to read, which I haven't read. But I'm keeping that one, but I'm getting rid of this one because I don't know what this is. The Lost Art of Keeping Secrets. My mom gave me that. Oh, I also have just a ton of books about French. This is just naughty French words, if you want naughty French words. A dollar store thing of the Bible, because I don't need that. I don't even know why I have that. Nanny Returns. Some Jodi Malpass books, which if you don't like, you know, 50 Shades of Grey and like basically abusive erotica, you won't like that. The E.L. James Darker and Grey, because I always find that is to be an interesting exercise writing a book from the other character's perspective, inverting the perspectives. So why is Naked Lunch here? No, Naked Lunch. So, I don't know, I thought they were interesting. Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. I read this years ago when it first came out. Pretty much when it first came out, I think. I actually read every single one of these. I didn't listen to it. I read every word on every page on the train to work every day, 4 weeks. It's covered in dog hair. I don't remember a damn thing about this book. And I'm never going to read it again. And I remember it being a slog, and I still don't understand why it was so good. I don't get it. I've got some more books by the author who wrote Parfum, which I'm never going to read these, so they're going to go in here. I really wonder if we're going to get all these books in this box. I don't think we are, but at least we'll get them in one section of the world in my room, and then we can get them downstairs. I've got some more, like, holistic stuff. I've got Deepak Chopra's God. I've got some Gabby Bernstein, which I actually like Gabby Bernstein. I think she's kind of funny. A book on Zen. I have The Night Circus on audio. We're just not going to talk about The Night Circus. We all know how I feel about The Night Circus. A book on chakras, on Kundalini. A book on why people hate the French. More on India. Friends, Lovers, and Chocolate, whatever that is. I've got a bunch of Kathy Reich's books because I do enjoy those. And I talked to Angel's book. I don't know. Don't judge me, people. Kathy Reich's. We're getting rid of Spinning Silver. We are getting rid of the fancy copy of Infinity Sun because I didn't like it. I don't want to keep things I don't like. The Widow of Pale Harbor, again, I got that in a subscription box and I had been waiting for it and I thought I would like it. I didn't. I feel like this is my ex-husband's. So it's going in here. That is all. I think this Rumi book is his too. Yeah. I'll keep this one. biography of Laurence Olivier because I love Laurence Olivier. More Kathy Reichs books. I have some Deanna Raybourns. I got rid of like most of these a while ago, and so it's weird to just have a few hanging out. So I either need all or none. So we're gonna go with none because yeah. More India stuff. Just go with it. More India. I went through a phase. Stop judging me. I have a lot of old books. All this dust is getting to me on France and Marie Antoinette and things like that. I've got more books on France. More books on France. A history of Chanel. Yeah, this box is not going to contain everything, but at least it's going to keep it in one small footprint. Adventures with Buddha. I still might keep this one. No, we'll be good. I don't know where this came from. I feel like I bought it. It's somebody's self-published book, and it's somebody that I like know tangentially that I bought off of Amazon so that I could support them. Books about Napoleon being in love. I've got this book I've never finished, and I lost the dust jacket too. It's called Netherland. It was very popular a while back. It's by Joseph O'Neill, and I just never finished reading it, and I don't think I'm ever going to. I think we did good. This is definitely more than 40 books. I have a book about France again. Can you tell where my interests lie? Sorry, I wanted to bring you up a little bit so you can see better, because the pile is getting very high. I don't know what swept off her feet is, but the cover always makes me think she's sitting on a toilet. I don't know why, but, well, I know why, because it looks like she's sitting on a toilet, and then I realize she's sitting on a bench, and I can't read it, because that's all I can think. Daughter of Fortune, which I guess was an old Oprah Book Club book. Never read it. Now I've got some more, Dancing with Darcy, which is a bunch of like random ass short stories that are inspired by Jane Austen, but I don't really care about it. So now we got some interesting choices. You know what, I'm gonna keep these like these. So, I think I'm gonna get rid of Jane Anonymous because I'm never gonna read it again, and I loved it a lot, but it's just so short, and I don't know what that is. It's just so short, and I'm never gonna read it, and I don't know if I want to keep it on my shelf. I think I'd rather pass it on to somebody else so that they can read it, but I absolutely love this. Wicked Saints, I love the cover art, and I love Wednesday Books so much. What they do is beautiful. After much discussion about this book recently, I've decided I really just don't like it. So I'm not gonna read it anymore. I'm gonna give away Anonymous Girl as well because it's freaking so good, but I don't reread thrillers. So, cause I feel like they lose their oomph, like they're not thrilling anymore. I know what's happening. So I'm gonna pass this along to somebody so that somebody else can read this because it is so good, and it was the first time I've read one of their books, and I really like this author pairing, so I need to try some more. I'm also going to get rid of Dangerous Alliance because though it's really cute and I have this beautiful artwork inside, it's kind of the same thing as like Jane Anonymous. I'm never going to read it again, and I don't have a ton of space, so like I don't know. I'm on the fence about those two. I feel like I kind of want to donate them to somebody so somebody can read them. I kind of want to keep them to myself. I don't know. They're so cute. Like, I like Jane Anonymous way better than I liked this one. Like, this is way better than this. But I feel like I don't know why I'm keeping these, other than for the cover art. I should just give them away, right? Like, if they don't bring me joy or whatever that stupid thing is. Anyway, so then I'm also going to give away some mysteries. Mysteries fall in the same category as thrillers, Evan Crispin, and the Shari Lapetta. I don't even, like, this, I don't know about this book. Like, it was fine. Like, there's way better books. I mean, okay, so I have these in my pile too because I don't know if I'm ever going to read them again. I loved Roses and Rot, so I'm probably going to keep this. And I think that this one's just pretty, so I'm probably going to keep this. And I love the Bone Goat. Like, I just have the Bone Goat's the thing that I really care about. I could not, and it was cute and quick and a breezy read, but I don't know. I'm lost. This is where I just sit here and think for a second. do I want to keep these? I'm going to make a maybe pile. I have 4 in my maybe pile, and they may show up, they may not. All right, so there's my maybe pile. It's Jane Anonymous, Dangerous Alliance, Bone Houses, and Roses and Rot. And we'll keep these off to the side. And maybe they'll just have to go in another unhaul. That's what we'll do. We'll hold these to the next unhaul. And then I just have a whole box. I don't know if you can even see this. Of just random books that are actually my ex-husband's. So we are going to give all of these to the library and there's like a lot of Vonnegut and Stephen King and things that I don't read in here. So I don't even know what's in here anymore. It's been sitting here for so long, it's covered in dust. So yeah, I need to put the room back together, but it is way better now. This is, I'll show you. So these are mostly brand new books that I've gotten. And then this is a mess. A lot of this is my craft stuff and through like this section. But on this side is mostly books I either haven't read. Down here there's books I've read already that I'm keeping. And then you kind of get to all of the stuff from, this is all like craft. And then this is the only pile of stuff that I have down here. I have another bookshelf where I keep all of my unread books. That I kind of work my TBR on. Pardon the mess because I'm trying to, I haven't vacuumed up yet, but I'm going to vacuum before I put all the chairs back. But here's more stuff. This is now mixed up between things I've read, things I haven't, but predominantly over here there's a lot of stuff I haven't read in this section. And then in here I tried to keep the front things that I haven't read. And then this is my Jane Austen cover. This is all mixed up. For the most part, I've read all the stuff in that cube. And then this is kind of mixed up. It's mostly read books. The front is mostly books I haven't read or read. And actually, no, I guess it's 50-50. And then there's like a mix up down there. So I have to be a little bit more careful while I'm picking my TBRs to look behind books and stuff, but I feel like this is a manageable amount of books that I can work through. And then when I get the Billy bookcases, I feel like most of this will fit on there and there may actually be more room. And then this is everything that's going away. There's a couple things over there that need to be either thrown out. That copy of A Gentleman in Moscow is getting thrown out because it went for a swim. And then there's some stuff down there that needs to go downstairs. But all in all, I think we did really well. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. I have to vacuum and the dust is getting to me. I don't know if you can tell. Probably use my inhaler. Put the chairs back and put the room back into some order. But we did good, guys. We cleaned a lot of this up and I'm very proud of us. And I'm saying us because if I didn't have you guys to watch me, I probably wouldn't do this. The problem is there's no room left on these shelves for any books that like I'm reading right now. So over here, oh, I have this shelf over here too. This is all books that I've pretty much not read except for The Dark Artifices on the other end. That's all like over my desk and stuff. But I keep on my Harry Potter, my good old Harry Potter box set, all of the books that I've read throughout the month. I just stack them up here so I know what I've read so far. And it's easy to just, you know, do stuff with them. But like, I don't know where I'm gonna put these at the end of the month because there's no room here. So the piles are gonna come back, I guess is my point. This is going to be short-lived, but at least we've contained it for the short term. So I think that's enough rambling. Thank you so much for joining me on this cleaning journey. I don't know when I'm gonna get rid of these books. If there's something you want from this pile, just DM me on Instagram. It's Nerdy Nurse Reads over on Instagram. And if you're in the US and you don't mind Venmoing me like $2 or $3 for media mail, I will media mail these to you guys so you can read them. That's it. So remember to like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. And I will talk to you later. I don't know what that was. I don't know how to end these things. I'm just awkward. All right, goodbye.